Lily, where did you go? We're leaving in about 10 minutes, so get back here as soon as you can. What? What do you mean leave? Where are we going? To the hospital. We're going to visit Dad today, right? Oh, that's right. Don't tell me you forgot about it. I just remembered now. But I can't go back. I promised to meet my boyfriend at night. So I have to go to the nail salon and hair salon before that. What? I can't believe you. Your dad is suffering from an illness. Did you forget that he's been told he doesn't have long to live? I can't believe you're prioritizing your boyfriend. Sis, what are you so angry about? Your face wrinkles when you're angry. You'll look even uglier than you do now. What? Whatever, just come home. Me and Jaden are waiting for you at our parents' house. So let's all go visit Dad. What? Jaden's coming too? Of course he is. He's my fiancé. I see. That's right. The fiancé's father is about to die. Of course he's coming. Don't say something like that. He's been told he doesn't have long to live. As I remember, he has about a month to live, right? When that happens, it's finally going to bring me a lot of money. I'm happy to get the company, but I'm also looking forward to the massive inheritance. I don't think he'll give the company to you. I don't think you, who's unemployed all the time and depending on your parents, I don't think you can be the president. Here we go again. Are you jealous of me, sis? What? Because what's the point of working when you can live on your parents' money? Being employed like you doesn't make sense to me, you know? And on top of that, living by yourself is such a waste of money. I'm better suited to be a president because I lead a more efficient life. What kind of logic is that? In this era, it's all about how efficiently you can live. Someone like you, a person full of waste, you can't manage a company, can you? You really don't understand anything about management. Despite living with our parents, haven't you learned anything from Dad? I don't want to hear that from you, who doesn't come home very often. Anyway, come back home. We are going to visit Dad. I don't want to. Do you think Dad would hand over the company to a daughter who doesn't even visit him? I wonder about that. Well, that part doesn't actually matter. What? I have a plan. Well then, bye, sis. Hey, wait a minute. Sis, I have some big news. I got engaged. What? So, the guy I've been dating for a long time proposed to me. He said he loves me so much and wants to be married as soon as possible. We're planning to register our marriage as soon as we're ready. Why at a time like this? What were you thinking about getting married when your father was going through such a hard time? Our deep love for each other can't be stopped by a dying father. Sis, I'm sorry. I got married first. Feeling jealous, huh? I'm more surprised than jealous. What? I wanted to make you jealous, so I messaged you as soon as possible. Oh, oops, my bad. I forgot to mention his name. His name is Jaden. I'm marrying Jaden. What? It's Jaden, your ex-fiancé. I'm sorry, sis. I stole your fiancé. You're joking, right? Why would he propose to you? Because he loves me. It's obvious. No way. He's engaged to me. And you said you were dating him for a long time? You cheated with my fiancé? Exactly. Did you not notice until now? Come to think of it, when we visited Dad last week, you said you were going on a date that night. Jaden went out that night too. He said he was with friends and he came back the next day. Could it be... We were staying at the hotel together. No way. We had a really good date night. Naturally, things got more exciting when we were in the hotel. When I looked into Jaden's eyes, I knew he was serious about me. He said he would leave you and be with me. And just as I expected, he proposed to me last night. I see. I was so happy. My dad will be gone soon. Now it's decided that the company and your fiancé are all mine. What? Why do you think you got the company? You know, Dad has this thing about not wanting a woman to run the company, right? I overheard him telling everyone he won't let either of us be president. He's going to write that in his will, right? Well, that's what he said when we went to visit him the other day. You weren't there, so how do you know about it? Of course! Jaden told me. Dad only has either me or my older sister as his children. So naturally, the next president will end up being the husband of one of us. In other words, the first one to get married before Dad dies. She will inherit the company. Stealing my sister's fiancé to prevent her from getting married. Now I will be the first one to get married. Honestly, it's such a brilliant plan. Are you serious? I can't believe you. I know you've been working hard all this time to gain Dad's approval as the next president, right? Well, that was really a waste, wasn't it? Having your fiancé and the company snatched away by someone you look down on. How does that feel? It's the worst. You and Jaden are both such jerks. Oh my God, you're so angry. But it's not my fault or Jaden's fault. If he marries one of us sisters, he will get the company. If that's the case, it's only natural that he'd choose me, the pretty one, over the ugly one. And the company will definitely do better if I run it, rather than my stupid sister. I will build up the company with him. I'm building a happy family. So you should just stick to your low-level job at a mediocre company forever, sis. Both of you will regret it. Why? I can't tell you now. Why don't you check the will? What? I can't believe you screamed and stormed out of Dad's funeral. What were you thinking? That's my line. Dad said he wouldn't let the woman take over the company, right? Why does Dad's will say that the company should be handed over to my sister? It's not just the company. It also says most of the inheritance goes to me. Why? Why? Your story doesn't match at all. It's your fault for not listening to me. Mom told me, since you married Jaden, you never visited Dad once, and you didn't listen to Mom's advice either. So what? We're newlyweds. We should be enjoying our new married life together, right? Ever since I took away your fiancé, Mom has been lecturing me and nagging me. We were just waiting for him to pass away, so there's no need to visit him. That way of thinking was your downfall. Because I thought Dad wouldn't change his mind. He announced a decision in front of the family. So based on his personality, I thought it wouldn't happen. He's a stubborn, old-fashioned man, but he's not someone who doesn't understand. He's a man who's been president for decades. He knows there are times when flexibility is necessary. What do you mean? Jayden seems to have a huge amount of debt. What? After finding out about the affair, I did some investigation on him, and a lot of things came out. Not just debts, but crimes he committed when he was a student, and his troubles with women. Crimes? Troubles with women? There's no way he'd be involved in such things. Jayden is a diligent guy. A diligent guy wouldn't cheat on his fiancée. That's... After considering everything, I've come to the conclusion that he approached me for money. Now that he knows he can be president no matter who he marries, me or Lily. I guess he chose you, who seem to be dumb. I told Dad about it and asked him to reconsider. And then, Dad promised to hand over the company to me. Oh no! It's frustrating that I didn't see that my ex-fiancé was a terrible person. But I'm glad you took him from me. No way! Jayden loves me. He proposed to me because he loves me more than you. We were bound by true love. Then, where's Jayden now? After Dad's funeral and the announcement of the will, he disappeared. You haven't seen or heard from him since then. You went looking for him, but he hasn't come back yet, right? He just went to the convenience store or something. Of course he'll be back soon. Since he realized he couldn't become the president, did he abandon you and run away? No way! Oh, really? Well, it's none of my business anymore. I don't care. Sis, why are you being so cold? Just because you got the company and the inheritance, you think you're better than me? I mean, why do you get a larger share of the inheritance? Even if there was a problem with Jayden, I didn't do anything wrong. So Dad's inheritance should be divided equally. What do you mean you didn't do anything wrong? What are you talking about when you took away my fiancé? But ultimately, it's good that you found out about Jayden's true color, right? That's a different issue. But do you know when Dad was young, somebody tried to kidnap Mom? You know that story, right? What? Someone tried to take her hostage to demand money from Dad. I've never heard of that story. He was always telling this story to us. You lived with them for a long time, but you didn't know anything about your father. I wasn't interested. What does that story have to do with anything now? In the end, Dad desperately searched for Mom and managed to rescue her. But ever since then, Dad came to despise people who use others for money and those who try to get involved with someone else's lover. What? It's almost like what happened with you and Jayden. Actually, Dad didn't want to give you any of the inheritance. But he left you a little as a final gesture of kindness. You can use it as a stepping stone to get a job. From now on, live independently without relying on your parents. Oh no! We are lucky that our dad is a kind man. If he were like you, only thinking about efficiency, he wouldn't have wanted to leave you any inheritance. Well, he could have just given the inheritance normally. He's so stingy. Are you serious? You haven't reflected at all, have you? Why do I have to reflect? I absolutely won't accept this will. Dad's company is mine. I'll take all of his inheritance. I'll take everything away from you. If you really try that, I'll call the police. The police? You mean you're going to turn your sister into the police? I don't want an insane woman like you as my sister. As soon as you married Jaden and moved out of the family home, your mother gave up on you too. If you don't want to be locked up, you better live a life of remorse at best. Jaden, who had disappeared, seems to have returned a few days later. It seems he ran out of money, and he was after Lily's meager inheritance. Lily, knowing Jaden's true nature, got seriously furious, leading to a heated physical fight. A few days later, they sneaked into the company I inherited. They were caught by security guards, and both got kicked out together. I originally quit the company I worked for, and am now working hard as the president, inheriting my father's position. I will do my best not to betray the expectations of my father, who believed in me and entrusted me with his company.